Hello and welcome to Complete with DLC, the only show releasing a pachinko machine. I'm one of your hosts, Griffin, and sitting across from me is the gambling man himself, Brad Knight. Brad, how you doing?
Oh, just slowly dying of allergies. I'm fine, really.
You've been dying of allergies for 4 weeks in a row now.
It's my least favorite time of year is the spring. Just I can't get away from it. I'm on the strongest allergy medication that I can find, and it helps for a while, but I don't know. And it doesn't help that the maintenance guys decide they want to do yard work as soon as we want to record something, so
you're just getting all that pollen buildup?
Oh, the pollen's getting thrown everywhere, that smell of fresh cut grass, which I don't actually like.
I love the smell of fresh cut grass.
Oh, I don't. I don't like it at all.
You know what's a smell that I don't know how to describe, but I really like, is the smell of rain in the summertime.
Yeah, it's a very unique smell, sort of that dewy, I don't know. It's like smelling moisture. It's an odd thing.
Yeah, I wish they could make it into a candle, because I'd buy it.
I'm sure you could find it. Go to Yankee Candle or something.
Yankee Candle is the weirdest scent ever. They have something like Child's Dream or something like that. Is a scent. How do you get a scent of that?
I don't know, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I love candles.
I do too.
I have one sitting inside me right now. Actually, it is savory blackberry cobbler.
It's a weird, strange, guilty pleasure I have that every time I go to the mall, I go to Yankee Candle and just smell everything.
Dude, I don't know. It's I get made fun of this from my brother a lot, but I have this little ritual I do when I watch something. If it's something I actually want to enjoy, I'll get a little snack, a hot drink, either a coffee or maybe a hot chocolate or something. I'll light a candle and I'll watch it. That's what I do. I don't know.
I picture you lighting a candle for everything. You're about to take a bath. You're oh, let's make this a bubble bath. Let's make it a nice bath. Candle.
Yeah, if I took bubble baths, that would be exactly what I do. But
some slow jazz music plays in the background.
Exactly. It's I don't know. I find it very relaxing and it smells nice. So I mean, what more do you want?
It's true. You can't really go wrong with something that smells nice.
Exactly.
Speaking of smelling nice, Brad, do you want to get into what we're playing?
Sure, why not?
Brad, what have you been playing since Tuesday?
So Wednesday night, it's late at night. I'm sitting at my desk and I'm going, I need a game to play for the show, and it can't be.
I was gonna say, and you say Overwatch.
I'm it can't be Overwatch or Doom because I said I wasn't gonna talk about them, so I gotta find another game to play. And I sat there and I sat there and I sat there and I played Overwatch. But I went back and played Black Ops 1 actually.
Oh, because of the backwards compatibility.
Yeah, and I had a sort of little revelation. I didn't enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah, and Black Ops 1 and the first two Modern Warfares are probably my most played Call of Duties. I've said this on the show before. I probably have more time in those two games than any other first-person shooter genre. Excuse me. I need to get a cough button set up. But I don't know. I sat down and I played it for a while, and I could tell after a couple of games I sort of sank back into my old rhythm.
Right.
I still had all the classes and everything, and I don't know. It was I didn't enjoy it. I did not have fun.
See, I don't know what it is. Playing that game again has made me feel like I'm in middle school. It reminds me of those weekends in middle school when me and my friends would just be on playing Black Ops in gun game until 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's basically what's been happening since that game has come to backwards compatibility. When we play it, is we'll just be in gun game until the sun comes up. It's nuts.
Yeah, you're sort of reliving those older days.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's just maybe because of nostalgia that I'm enjoying it more or what, but yeah, I like it a lot.
I don't know. I maybe my taste in shooters has changed since I've stopped playing Call of Duties, because I mean the last few Call of Duties, Advanced Warfare, Modern Warfare 3, I've played, but I haven't played if that makes any sense.
Right.
I haven't committed to any of them. I sort of just dabbled.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe my taste in shooters has changed.
Maybe, too, because you're coming off of playing a bunch of Overwatch and Doom, you're just maybe in a different mindset right now.
Maybe. I mean, I had so much fun with Doom, and I still am, despite the fact that Ultra Nightmare sucks. But, I don't know. Maybe the new Battlefield game will have what I'm looking for in a shooter these days.
I'm excited about that. I really thought back about it, though. It's exciting that it's in World War I, but it kind of sucks because all the guns in World War I suck.
Well, so, World War I was a very innovative time for warfare technology, so there's going to be a lot of cool things, and not all the guns suck.
I'm really excited for the biplane fights.
That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
But is Black Ops all you really played?
Yeah, and of course the Overwatch and Doom, but I won't talk about them.
Right. So what did I play besides the big one that I want to talk about? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I didn't play anything else. So the big one I want to talk about is mods got added to Fallout 4 on consoles. And I don't know, it kind of changes the game for me. Like I kind of enjoy it more cuz I get all these stupid things now.
And now you understand why the PC games are always so alluring when it comes to Bethesda games, because you open up a whole new door when you can mod them. That's why Skyrim is still so played.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's to the point right now where I'm playing the game, right? I put in this mod that gave me like all these modern military weapons, which is interesting because it just kind of changes up what happens. I put in a cheat menu just because I'm screwing around with the game. I'm seeing what mods can do. You know what I mean? I made Deathclaw's Macho Man Randy Savage. I made a Deathclaw my companion, so now I have a Macho Man Randy Savage following me.
Nice.
My level up sound is Macho Man Randy Savage going, "Oh yeah." Before that, it was Donald Trump saying a small loan of $1 million. Then my death sound effect I changed to the clip from the show The Office with Steve Carell when he's screaming no.
Yeah.
That's my death sound effect, and I added lightsabers. Obviously, that was like the first mod I installed because I'm a nerd.
It's lightsabers. Come on.
Exactly.
Who doesn't want to kill Macho Man Randy Savage with a lightsaber? Really, it's what we all dream about.
It's true. It's kind of changed the game for me, and honestly, like, it also ruins the game for me at the same time because like it doesn't make me want to play the game regularly anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, really. You get so much more fun with the game when you can do all this sort of creative stuff to it and have a little pet Macho Man Randy Savage, but at the same time, you sort of take away what made that game really good in the first place. You take away that, the core elements of what that game was.
There's some other mods that I want to try out too that I saw, which is one is like a realistic damage thing, where like most of the time in the game Fallout, certain enemies are like bullet sponges, like super mutants and stuff. So this apparently changes their whole death thing to be way more realistic. Like if you actually hit one in the head, they'll die.
So it won't be, you won't spend 15 minutes, shooting a Deathclaw in the face, or a Super Mutant in the face, because those guys are tanky as anything.
Yeah, and it also affects you too, so you're also way more susceptible to death, so you have to be a lot more smarter with the way you handle things. I want to try that out, because I'm curious how that would be. But I think if anything, if I'm going to go back and actually play the game, but have some mods installed, I'm not going to have that cheat menu installed. Because the cheat menu has just ruined it, because I'll just level myself up all the way, and then I'll have everything.
Yeah.
Which then, at that point, I'm just an unstoppable killing machine.
Which is fun if you want to play the game like GTA style, but not fun if you actually want to like sort of enjoy the game.
Yeah. Plus, I still have some quests I want to do in it, and I want to get the DLC and try that out. So, like, while it would be nice to keep that stuff around, I want to definitely try it like without the cheat menu and stuff, but still have all the rest of the mods I have installed.
Yeah. It's moderation, really, is where modding comes in. You need moderation in all things, Jacob.
There's also a mod that adds more busty female models, which I was
of
like,
course,
it was like the first and most popular, and I was like, God, you send a bad stereotype.
I look at the Skyrim mods is all I'm gonna say. That game's been out for 8 years now, a little longer maybe. And in 8 years, people come up with a lot of ideas. So, if you want a little sneak peek as to where Fallout 4 is heading, then go look at that.
I really wish, though, that all other games would embrace this, like, all the companies would embrace this modding culture and at least attempt to bring it to a console market like how Bethesda has. Because I think what Bethesda's done here is huge for, like, the future of console gaming, in a way, right? Where before it was, like, PC had the better graphics and the better frame rates and stuff, and they had modding. That was like the big differences between console and PC gaming. And I think that what Bethesda's done here is it's shown like you can do mods on consoles and you can do them well to where they actually work. And like, why can't all other games do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, some developers are very against like modding their game in any way because it's their game, they created it, and they want their audiences to enjoy it the way that they made it. But other companies have always been more receptive. Like Valve, for example, some of Valve's biggest games were just mods.
Like Counter-Strike started out as a mod, didn't it?
Yeah. So
and Dota.
Yeah, and Dota was a mod, and the whole MOBA genre came out from a mod. So it's sort of a tricky thing for a lot of developers as to whether or not they want mods or not. And really, I think it depends more on the game itself as to whether or not mods fit in its story. Like a GTA, the Red Deads, the Skyrims, the Fallouts, those, Western RPG type games are right at home with mods, but certain games just don't do very well with them. Like I don't foresee a Call of Duty or a Halo ever getting a mod because I just don't think it works.
Well, people mod the PC versions of those, but like you can tell that Activision isn't actively against it or for it.
Yeah, they just sort of turn the other way.
Yeah. So like I would say like I would love to see like GTA mods come to consoles because there's some cool stuff that they do in the PC version of those games that are great. And I mean, I'm getting a PC soon anyway, so I guess it's kind of a moot point for myself at this point. But for those people who like don't have the money for a PC and all they can really afford is a console, like I think that would be great if they could also get the same sort of experience that PC people get.
Yeah, and also a lot of people, what people don't realize about mods is they can be a pain in the rear, like a huge pain if you sort of screw it up, because there's a whole load order. You got to figure out which one. It's a kind of a pain, but with the way they've done it on console, it's sort of similar, but it's a more simplistic version of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the way at least it's worked in Fallout is you go into somewhat of like an app store sort of thing. It has each mod listed. It tells you maybe what the requirements are, what the mod does, if you need the DLC or if you don't. Maybe it needs to be in a certain part of the load order. And then you can actually go in and change the load order of things too, so that way all the mods work out correctly. It's actually a much better system than I ever would have thought could have happened. Because I don't know why. I don't know if I just I'm remembering this wrong or if he actually did say this. But I feel like Todd Howard, when he first announced it at that Xbox press conference in E3, said something about how you'd have to download them on your computer and install them via a USB drive. And when I heard that, like I was like, I mean, mods are cool, but that sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's the only complaint I've heard from console modders right now is that troubleshooting is kind of a pain. Like if something goes wrong and it crashes, trying to figure out which one did it and what order it has to load in is a pain. But it's the first generation of modding. It's to be expected.
My game hasn't crashed in-game as much as I thought it would. It's crashed a couple times in the menus. Like when I'm in the mod menu, and what happens is after every time if you change a load order or you put in a new mod or whatever, it has to reset everything so that way it can accept that mod the next time you load the file.
Yeah.
When you do that sometimes in the middle of that load of reloading it, it's crashed on me.
Oh yeah, it's reloading a lot of data, and the more mods you add, the more it has to reload, and the more it has to stack on top of each other, and it's even for PCs, it's always an issue.
The only time it's ever really crashed on me in game is when I dropped like 4,000 guns at once because my inventory was full and I couldn't run.
Yeah.
So I just dropped like all the ones I didn't want at once, and then that just froze up my game.
So you overloaded it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'd recommend it if you're a console user who has it right now on Xbox. Definitely try it out. If you have it on PS4, I think it's coming like next month or in the next couple months.
I think it went into beta not too long ago, and it's coming out soon. Yeah.
I didn't know if there was. I for some reason remember there being like an exclusivity where it was on Xbox first and then going to PlayStation. But I mean, I could be wrong.
I don't know. I feel like we've talked about it on the show before.
Yeah, but yeah, try it out. See if you like it. I mean, I like it, so
I'm waiting for that survival mode to come out so I can get back into it. I
think it's already out. Someone told me it was already out.
Is it already out? I hadn't heard that. I know the DLC, the Far Harbor one, came out a while ago. I saw that had been downloaded, but
wasn't it supposed to come out around Far Harbor?
I know it was close, but I didn't think it had come out yet. Because if it has, then I definitely want to start playing that again because that's enticing to me. Is that really really hardcore sort of.
Imagine the hardcore survival mode with that hardcore mod I told you about.
Yeah, God, I wouldn't want to, because you can only save in the survival mode by sleeping in a bed.
Yeah.
So
That'd be nuts.
that would be a giant pain.
But yeah, I don't quote me on this because I'm not 100% sure, but I heard from people that it's already out. So
I will have to look into that, and
Yeah.
I will report back most likely.
But so we should probably be getting into the news because we've been talking a lot in this what we're playing.
Sure. Let's talk about news.
So Brad, we forgot to do this on our first show, technically, of the month.
Well,
And-
the Tuesday show is the 31st, so we're still following the rule.
Yes, but it went out on the first. So
That's true. All right, never mind. We broke the rule.
don't you ever try to make me look a fool again. So we're gonna announce the PS Plus and Games with Gold for this month. Yay!
Some good
PS4.
stuff.
Yeah, I know, especially on PS4. PS4 owners, NBA 2K16 is free this month, which is great because I want to continue "quote unquote" living the dream, which is the name of their single player mode. And I had a lot of fun with NBA, actually, surprisingly. Like I didn't expect to, because number one, I don't like basketball, and number two, like sports video games just usually bore the hell out of me. So, free NBA, that's great. Gone Home Console Edition, which is actually like a really good game. I played it when it was on PC, and the story in it is really good. It made me cry.
It's tearful. It's real tearful.
Yeah. PS3 Echo Chrome is free. I have no clue what that is.
Never heard of it.
Nope. Also on PS3, Siren Blood Curse, episodes 1 to 12, so I'm going to assume it's an episodic game. I guess check that out. I have no clue what that is either. On PS Vita, you're getting the PSP game God of War Chains of Olympus, so that's like the second, or the first God of War PSP game.
Yeah, I believe it's the first one.
But it's the second one they've given out for free, because they gave out the other one for free last month. And Little Deviants, which looks awful. It just that looks like a bad game.
Echo Chrome is a puzzle game.
Oh.
I just googled it quickly, and I'm seeing a lot of stick figures and a lot of like blueprint-looking drawings.
Well, check that out then.
Yes.
Who knows? It could be good, could be bad. For Games with Gold on Xbox One for the first half of the month, you're getting Goat Simulator, which is perfect for a free game because it's like you'll get 10 minutes of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, it's, I mean, the game cost, what, $15 when it came out, so...
I think it was like 10. I think I paid $10 for that game.
So, save yourself $10, have a little fun. It'll be easy achievements, so, if you're looking for achievements, easy peasy.
It's true. And also, the second half of the month is the racing game The Crew, which isn't a bad game, but it's... it's not the best game. It's actually pretty innovative for the fact that, like, the map is the entire United States. I mean, it's not, like, a one-to-one recreation, but the fact that it has that big of a landmass...
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
On Xbox 360 for the first half of the month, which is, like, right now, you're getting Super Meat Boy for free.
I hate that game.
I love that game. That game is so fun. How can you hate that game?
I hate it.
And then the second half of the month is XCOM Enemy Unknown, which I'm actually really excited to try out because I've never played that game, but I've always wanted to try it.
Yeah, I've always wanted to jump into the XCOM series, and I've never played it before, so this will be fun.
Yeah. Good months overall for both of them.
Yeah.
I think PS4 might have the slight advantage, given the fact that they're giving out NBA for free.
Yeah, it's a pretty big title to be given for free.
Yeah. I definitely, when I saw that, I was like, really? That's shocking. You know what I mean? Because not to, say bad things about it. Like, I don't mind. I like indie games as much as the next guy, but, like, most of the time, PS4 stuff is just indie games.
Yeah, it's the Indie Station 4, after all.
Exactly. Xbox for life. No, I'm just kidding. I hate the Xbox. I'm just kidding. I have both. So check out those free games this month and play them, and maybe email us and let you know what you think about them.
Yeah, somebody play that Echo Chrome game and let me know. Or Echo Chrome? There's no H. Is it still pronounced Chrome with no H?
Is it? I might have just misspelled it.
Oh. Well, then I hope it really was a puzzle game. I didn't just look up something different.
Yeah. But our first bit of news is that GTA Online is getting its next big expansion, Further Adventures in Finance and Felony, and that's coming on June 7th to the next-gen consoles and PC, because I guess they don't do the updates for last-gen anymore.
Nope.
Build is one of GTA Online's biggest and deepest updates yet. Further Adventures builds an organized builds on the organized crime activities introduced in December's Executive and Other Criminals add-on. That expansion brought in the ability to put together a criminal group, hire and fire other players, and go up against rival gangs. Further adventures will let players expand their organization and become CEO of their own criminal enterprise. And here's a quote from Rockstar on the update. Acquire a high-rise office and special warehouse properties to begin buying and selling a range of contraband across the city, all the while fighting the LSPD and the rest of the southern San Andreas criminal underworld for access to the rarest items and the biggest profits. CEOs will be able to send associates in the crime organization on missions like expedition to recover special cargo. In addition to those new features, the expansion will offer new vehicles like the Pegassi Reaper, which there's a screenshot of, and then there's also a trailer out for it. What do you think of this update? Do you think it sounds cool? Do you think it sounds boring?
I just think it's cool that they're adding on to a previous update. It's something GTA updates don't usually do. Is they're kind of one-off things. Like you had the beach update, and you had the hippie update, and you had they're all sort of one-off things that don't really interact with each other. But to have the last two sort of click together is really cool.
The last time I think they've ever sort of done this, they've done like part 2s of things, but it's like just been adding new items. But the only thing I could ever think of that actually was somewhat a sequel to something was after the heist update, they did the ill-gotten gains update, which just added a bunch of high-priced stuff because they figured you'd have tons of money from heists that you'd want to spend money on. But I mean, I think this sounds like actually like a lot of fun to go through, and it sounds like it's basically changing the entire online thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't know. For consoles, I've always been more of a solo player. So I've never quite enjoyed multiplayer on consoles, with the exception of playing with a group of friends. So this is what that seems to me, is like you get a group of friends together, you create a little company, and then you go out and do whatever it is that you do as a criminal organization. You steal things, I assume.
You steal VCRs like in Fast and Furious.
Exactly.
That's what that car is for.
Yeah, you fit a lot of VCRs in that car, like 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I'm glad to see Rockstar still updating the game, 6 years after it came out, or 3 years, or how long has this game been out? Too long?
2013 is when it first initially came out.
Yeah.
September 2013. So, yeah, it's been about 3 years.
Yeah, long time. But good to see they're still updating it.
Yeah. Speaking of updating, here's a game that updates a lot. Payday, the whole franchise has been bought by the publisher Starbreeze. They've made previous other first-person shooters, and they're discussing their future support for it, and Payday 3, which is apparently coming out too. Swedish game developer and publisher Starbreeze Studios today announced an agreement to purchase the full rights to the Payday franchise from publisher 505 Games for about $30 million in the company's stock. Starbreeze also noted that 505 will get a third of all revenue from future sales of Payday 3, up to $40 million, after Starbreeze has recouped its development and marketing costs. The transaction will give Starbreeze full rights to the franchise for any future development or commercialization, according to a statement on the company's website. That includes Payday 2 and Payday for mobile. The company will retain full net revenue of the Steam platform for the game dating back to May 1st. Sales generated by Payday 2 will continue to be split between the companies as before, and 505 Games will continue to publish the game. Payday is very close to my heart and has laid the foundation for Starbreeze's success in recent years. We're very excited to bring our heisters home to a safe house, said Bo Anderson Clint, Starbreeze CEO, in a prepared statement. To start with, we believe in the continued success of Payday 2 and will support it for at least another 18 months, continuing to expand the game. Developers Overkill, which are owned by Starbreeze, also announced that they would be giving away a community grenade, the skills tree, and making the black market free for everyone going forward, effectively going away with Payday 2's microtransactions. And there's an announcement video that we will link to if you want to see it. What do you think of this?
I think they're trying to frantically get all the people back that they have thoroughly pissed off.
See, I think with this, right, I guess I always assumed that maybe, I don't know why, that Starbreeze just owned them anyway. Like, owned the Payday franchise, and then it was just published by 505, but I guess there was some weird partnership there beforehand anyway. But the fact that it's now just kind of under one company, I think it's definitely going to be a lot better going forward to have like one centralized vision for it, and then we won't have those kind of blunders like we had with the microtransactions.
I think it's just they want to get the name 505 away from Payday because that's, people will cool their heads if 505 is no longer doing anything with the franchise, because I've never seen a game go from loved to hated so quickly. Like, everybody loved the Payday franchise. It was good fun. It's one of those group games that, didn't have a huge following, but it had a strong following. Like, the people who played it were pretty dedicated to it. And then they did all sorts of things that they said they'd never do, and then they weren't updating consoles, they added microtransactions, and just everybody turned on them. So I think 505's trying to jump ship and make it so Starbreeze can sort of cool all the heads.
It seems to me that ever since I forget, they did an update that was paid and everyone was pissed off about it, and then it seems like since then all I've heard is nothing but free updates from them.
Oh yeah, they're trying to save face again.
Like the last one that I had looked into, because it came out around the time when I was kind of looking forward to this movie, was they did like a Hardcore Henry update, and that was free. And then before that, I think they did a John Wick one that was free. They seem to be doing a lot of stuff with movies for some reason. I don't know if it's just getting their name out there with a big movie that's being released or something like that to get Payday to be like bigger than it is.
Yeah, maybe it's just trying to capitalize on it. It's a new movie, new hype. Somebody watches the movie, likes it, maybe they'll play the Payday 2 thing too, So
I remember too they were giving out free copies of Payday if you bought tickets to Hardcore Henry on the Fandango.
Well, yeah, Payday's not terribly expensive. At least the base game isn't. So I'm not surprised that they'd give it away. Like Blizzard does the same thing with World of Warcraft. The base game is so cheap they'll give it away for free.
Yeah, I think they're giving it away for free if you buy tickets to Warcraft.
Yeah, so the base game is dirt cheap at this point. Even, if you want to buy it, it's like $5, and I think Payday's only like 15.
It might be 15 or 20. I know the console version's like 40, but I think that's because it comes with a bunch of DLC that was previously like paid for DLC.
Yeah, and I don't believe the base game of Payday 2 on PC does. I could be mistaken though. I'm not an avid Payday player, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to give Payday a shot in the future. It's just like I don't know when to jump in, and I don't know if I should just wait till PC, or if I should until I get my PC, or if I should buy it on console and then wait for them to eventually put out the updates on consoles. Because, I mean, I know that they're working on it. They've made statements about that. But, I don't know if I should just wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, what are you going to do? So, Brad, you like the Xbox, right? You're a fan of it?
I enjoy it from time to time. It serves its purposes.
Well, would you enjoy it a lot more if it was $299 after a $50 discount across the board?
I would if I was buying one right now, but no, I bought mine at $500, so.
Microsoft just cut the price on all Xbox One consoles by $50, which drops the cost of a 500GB unit to $299. The Xbox website characterizes the offer as lasting for a limited time. They've reached out to Microsoft for comment, and it's come out. There's an update at the bottom, so don't worry. The deal applies to all Xbox One bundles from the Gears of War Ultimate Edition 500GB bundle, which is now $299, all the way up to the Xbox One Elite bundle, which is now $449. I think it's ridiculous that system is $500, but the timing of the offer is curious to say the least, considering the rumors that Microsoft will announce new Xbox One consoles at E3. Polygon had reported that. We talked about it a couple episodes ago. With all that said, it may be a good idea to hold off on buying a new console until at least the dust settles on E3 to see, maybe what they announce. And then there was an update that, according to Microsoft's Larry Herb, the $50 discount is valid until June 13th, the day of Microsoft's press briefing at E3. At the Microsoft Store, customers can get a free controller and a game in addition to the deals on offer.
So, anybody else think it's a little odd that we get a story that there's 2 more Xbox consoles in the works, one of them being a slim version, the other one being an upgraded version, and they come out with this sweeping deal of $50 off everything, but it stops the day that E3 happens?
No, I honestly, if I've seen them do sort of things like this before, where they'll have a deal up until, say, it starts in November, it goes until Christmas.
Well, what this looks like to me is that they know that any of these old systems aren't going to sell as soon as the new ones get announced. So they want to sell as many as they can, so they drop the price on all of them. and they just cut the sale off as soon as they announced the new ones at their E3 press briefing on June 13th.
Could very well be that. I mean, I don't see Xbox
That's sleazy,
being that big
Microsoft. What are you doing? Stop being sleazy.
I don't see Microsoft being that big of scumbags about it.
Oh, I do. It seems like I don't know. I feel like they'd do it.
But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna buy an Xbox, I guess now would be the time. I would say wait.
Yeah,
and see.
don't buy it. Do not buy
But
one.
if you're really content on getting an Xbox like now, I guess now would be the time.
The only way I'd recommend buying one right now is that you have no interest in the Scorpio version, because I mean that'll be in like 2017 or 2018 maybe, depending on how late this is coming. But the only way I'd suggest buying an Xbox right now is that you don't care about the Slim version, you don't care about the Scorpio version, and you want to grab one of those bundles that gives you like 6 games and 2 controllers for like $300 or $350 or whatever. Because if nothing else, Xbox has like a million bundles with this console, so
yeah.
If you're just looking for a system right now to play some games on, then I would say just get one of those bundles while it's still 50% off, but other than that, I can't recommend anybody pick up an Xbox One right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can play a lot of games on those Xboxes, and you can play a lot of games in the future. But you know what games you won't be able to play anymore in the future?
I have no idea.
Metal Gear Solid games.
Well, that's not true.
You're right, it's not, because Konami is making a Metal Gear Solid pachinko game. Did you like my segue there, or?
Can I be honest?
Yeah?
I kind of want to play it.
Stop. Don't support this. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is becoming a pachinko machine, Konami has announced. The company is remaking the PlayStation 2 game as a slot machine, featuring a 32-inch high-definition screen and completely updated graphics. Snake Eater's pachinko version will utilize the Fox engine developed for Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. The reveal trailer above shows how Snake Eater looks with the newer, shinier tech. There's a trailer that we will link you to. Several key characters from the third Metal Gear game are shown, but Konami hasn't explained how the stealth action title will translate to the slots corner. To the slots corner? That's odd. That was an odd statement. Now that Konami has shifted gears away from AAA projects and the series creator Hideo Kojima has left to head up his own studio, this could be fans' only chance to play Metal Gear Solid 3 with current-gen engine. The game is slated for an autumn 2016 release in Japan.
I'd play it.
No, I don't want to support them on this.
I don't know. It's fine. You know, they've done all they want to do with the Metal Gear Solid franchise. The creator himself said he's done with it, so let them do with it what they want. It's fine.
Snake Eater is like my second favorite Metal Gear, maybe my third favorite. And
there's only 5 games. It's not ranked very high, then, is it?
I mean, yeah, it is, because like my all-time favorite is going to be always Peace Walker, but I don't know if 5 is my favorite or if 3 is better over it. I don't know. You know what I mean? It depends really on my opinion. I would say maybe I lean more towards 5 because it's basically just Peace Walker 2.
Yeah.
But with this, like, it just makes me so upset, like, looking at this like beautiful updated version of Snake Eater, and it's for a freaking pachinko machine. Like, it's not like an actual remake that they're doing. Like, it just hurts.
I don't know. I'm fine with it.
It's such a waste. It's such a waste.
I don't think it is, because I don't think a remake of Metal Gear Solid is going to go over as well as people think it might. People still don't like Konami, so Konami comes out and says, you know what, we're making a full remake of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, and, you know, it's going to be on new-gen consoles or current-gen consoles, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. People they're not gonna buy it. They want nothing to do with Konami anymore. And Konami knows this. That's why they're sticking to pachinko machines. They know that any game they put out in the console market right now is not gonna do well, so they're avoiding it.
Here's the thing, right? They should probably try to change people's perception of them by having some goodwill, by maybe making a remake of
You know
Snake
how the
Eater.
internet is. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I know, but it's sort of the old saying of extending the olive branch.
And we know Konami is a company, and that's not what they're gonna do. So I'm
well, yeah. I mean, they're the kind of people who try to take us down. So
I mean, if anything, like, I think it would be seen as an insult, right? They kick out the creator, they shut him off from everything, and then they remake his games for a quick buck. That's exactly how it would be portrayed.
This seems more of a quick buck to me than anything.
No, because they've been doing pachinko machines for a while now, so this just seems like the logical next step.
No, I know, but all right. Think about it in the series of events that happened, right? they kick out, they get rid of Kojima, they kick him out, they say we're not going to make any more of these games, right? And then they just say, well, we're going to make a pachinko machine, and we're going to use his engine that he made, and we're going to remake one of his games for this pachinko machine. It's a little bit of a slap in the face to him.
I mean,
and to the fans of the series.
I don't think it's that big of an insult. People knew that this was happening. They knew it was inevitable. It wasn't like this is out of nowhere. So, and honestly, I think Kojima, if anybody is understanding of this, it's probably him. He knew the company he got into bed with. So if anybody's not surprised by this news, it's him.
I don't know. Email us and tell us what you think of this, because I'm very curious to hear other people's opinions, or comment it. Do whatever you want. I don't care. I just want to hear your opinion. Yeah. I'm upset about it, but we're going to move on. Yeah, I understand your opinion. We're going to move on into the wrap-up, though. So, here we go. The updated version of Resident Evil 5 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One launches on June 28th. The re-release includes all the downloadable content for the 2009 game on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. That includes 2 expansion episodes, Lost in Nightmares and Desperate Escape, the Mercenaries United and Versus mode in multiplayer, plus all the costume packs. Any opinion on this?
Not a big Resident Evil guy, but yeah, sure, it sounds cool.
Alright. Minecraft Story Mode's 6th episode, A Portal to Mystery, will be available next week, June 7th, on Android, iOS, Mac, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Windows PC, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. Telltale is also bringing the episode to Windows Phone. How is the series not over yet?
Literally anything you can play a video game on. Your refrigerator, little touchscreen, your coffee maker, anything that has electricity going through it, you can play a Telltale game at this point.
I would not be surprised if, there was a freaking refrigerator version of this.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I forgot about this. I thought this was
I thought it was done already.
You know what? I probably shouldn't be surprised. They've got so many series going on right now that I don't know how they keep anything straight at that company.
No, I know, but I thought it was supposed to be 5 episodes and then they were done. Now they're on 6.
I don't know. Maybe they decided to continue it. I haven't been keeping up with it. The only Telltale game that I actually enjoy was The Wolf Among Us. So
I don't know. I'm trying to see how many episodes it should... Can you Google how many episodes it's supposed to be while I finish reading the next story? A virtual reality version of Super Hot is heading to Oculus Rift later this year. The game's developer said in a recent blog post, after hinting at plans to redesign the game for VR earlier this year, the Super Hot team confirmed that the Rift exclusive game would be available by the end of 2016. You're aware of what Super Hot is, correct?
I've seen its name tossed around a bit, yes.
How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm happy that, we're continuing to get more software for VR. I think that's one of the most important things that can be happening right now in the industry, in my opinion. But, I don't know, I want to see Oculus get its stuff together before I support them anymore.
I really like the idea of a VR version of Super Hot, mainly because of the way the game's story is. It's supposed to be that you're, playing, a weird virtual reality video game in it. So, it's an interesting idea. After almost 10 months of unavailability, Mafia 2 will again be available for purchase on Steam. 2K Games has announced the release comes in anticipation of this fall's Mafia 3. Mafia 2 and its 3 downloadable content packs will be 80% off until June 8th.
Why was it taken down in the first place?
I actually have no clue.
I didn't know it was taken down. I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah, Mafia 2, I think, is one of the great open-world games that doesn't get any sort of, it doesn't get its dues.
Yeah, it's one of the smaller ones.
It's supposed to be 8 episodes, by the way.
Yeah, I was looking at that now. I was trying to see if, how many seasons they want to plan out, because 1 through 5, like you said, was Season 1, so that's what we were talking about. So Season 2 is 6 through 8 is what they have planned right now.
It's odd.
And
that's weird. That came really quick then.
Yeah, so they're actually farther ahead than we thought they were.
Huh. I don't know. But that's all the news for this week.
Cool.
So that means that it's time to get into America's favorite game show. And I still say that every week because it is. It's America's favorite game show. Here's Well That Sucked. Welcome to Well That Sucked. The way the game works is simple. I give Brad 3 randomly selected games, and he has to tell me which of the 3 is the lowest rated according to Metacritic. I can give Brad no help besides a brief description of the game if Brad so asks for it. Brad, are you ready?
Sure.
I'm going to let you in a little secret. The first 2 rounds are games that have to do with the show. The last round is just new releases.
Okay.
Round 1.
Round 1.
Payday 2. XCOM Enemy Unknown. The Crew.
Oh. Well, I know XCOM is definitely a really, really loved franchise, so I don't think that's at the bottom. Payday, it's been out for a long time, so I don't know. I'm tempted to just go with The Crew, because that's the only one I know for a fact was not well received when it first came out. People were really excited for that game and were sort of disappointed. And Payday's sort of backlash has been really recent. I don't know if that would affect the ratings of it at this point. Yeah, I'm going to go with The Crew. I think The Crew is probably the safer bet.
Brad, you're right.
Hey, look at that.
The Crew is the lowest rated. Can you give me a rating between 1 and 100 that you think The Crew is rated?
67.
Real close. 61.
That was close.
Real close. Second highest rated was Payday 2 with a 72, and the highest rated was XCOM Enemy Unknown with a 90.
Yeah, everyone loves XCOM.
Round 2.
Round 2?
What was that?
I have no idea.
This round is going to be a lot harder for you, just letting you know.
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater,
Oh, God.
Grand Theft Auto 5, or Gone Home.
Well, I know nothing about Gone Home, so that's sort of a mystery to me. GTA 5, I'm tempted to say, is probably the top rated because everybody loves GTA 5. It's, bestseller every month for 3 years now, which is ridiculous, honestly. So that leaves Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater versus Gone Home.
Gone Home, very well received for its story.
Yep, and Metal Gear Solid 3 is probably one of the favorites out of the group.
Definitely one of my favorites, as we talked about earlier.
I don't know. I feel like there are enough Metal Gear Solid games that it's probably outranked by a few of the other ones, but Gone Home is sort of competing on its own. It's on its own legs. Right, so like Metal Gear Solid 3 comes out and they go, oh, it's good, but it's not as good as so-and-so. So I feel like that might drag it down a bit, but Gone Home doesn't have that disadvantage. So I'm going with Metal Gear Solid 3.
Brad, you're wrong.
It
was Gone Home.
Was it? That's sad.
Yeah. Can you tell me what Gone Home was rated?
Probably like an 83.
Real close, 86.
I'm getting closer every time.
The second highest rated was Metal Gear Solid 3 with Snake Eater with a 91, and the highest rated was Grand Theft Auto 5 with a 97.
Yeah, everybody loves GTA.
It's a great
Couldn't
game.
find a fault in that game if they tried.
It gets boring after you beat the story.
Yeah, but
And
critics don't care.
and you get
They only have to
bored
play
in
the game for a
multiplayer.
day.
Exactly. Round 3.
Round 3.
These weird voices you're doing.
That wasn't even a weird voice. That was just me talking.
Oh, really? It sounded odd on my end. I don't know why. The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine.
Oh.
The new expansion.
Yeah.
Doom. Uncharted 4 Thief's End.
All right. Well, the first two I'm highly biased with, and the last one I don't particularly care for. But this is tough. So everybody loved the single player campaign of Doom. Like they had nothing but great things to say about it. But everybody sort of bashed on the multiplayer.
Did I play Doom before?
No, I don't believe so.
I know. I mean, like in this game. Like, well, that sucked.
I don't think so.
Maybe I played the original Doom. I don't know. I'm very confused.
I don't believe so. If you did, I honestly don't remember, so it doesn't help me any.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, that's all that matters, is that it doesn't help you.
Oh, God. Okay, so it was Doom, Blood and Wine, and Uncharted 4. So, nobody liked... Well, not nobody, but a lot of people didn't like the ending of Uncharted 4. That was the complaint I always hear about it.
I love the ending of Uncharted 4.
Yeah, you seem to be in the minority there.
It made me so happy at the end.
I haven't heard any complaints about Blood and Wine yet, but it's only been out for a little bit, so...
I've heard nothing but great things about Blood and Wine, actually. It's made me want to go back and play The Witcher again.
Yeah, I mean, everybody always says great things about The Witcher. It makes me sad they're not going to do any more of it anytime soon.
Well, yeah, because they still have to put out Cyberpunk, which has been announced for like 18 years now.
Yeah. So I don't think it's Blood and Wine, because it's the only one I can't think of a complaint that I've heard about. So it's what brought down the score more? Was it the ending of Uncharted 4, or was it the multiplayer of Doom? Which one was the bigger cinder block to the game trying to swim? I'm probably gonna say... It hurts me to say this, but I think Doom probably got rated lower because of its multiplayer than Uncharted did because of its ending. So I'm going with Doom.
You're right, Brad.
Yeah, that makes me sad that I'm right. I wish I was wrong.
Can you tell me what Doom is rated?
Oh, probably like an 89.
Very close. 85.
Oh my god,
You've gotten so close, like on all three of them. The second highest rate was The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine with a 91, and the highest rate was Uncharted 4 A Thief's End with a 93. I feel like I've played Doom before in this game.
I don't know.
If I have, I apologize to the listening public. I've broken your trust.
Well, my memory is probably the worst out of anybody ever, so you could play it again in 2 weeks and I wouldn't remember, so...
I should try that 1 week and just see if you notice.
Just slowly start recycling in old games from like the first or second episodes?
Yeah, just play like the first week again and see.
Yeah, I can guarantee you I wouldn't notice.
But Brad, why don't you read me the spiel, seeing as you won?
Okay, so, my mind just went blank. I'm like, spiel, and then... So if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at completewithdlc@gmail.com. It's going to be the most efficient way to get your thoughts to us, whether they be comments, questions, concerns, or you just want to talk about any of the things that we talk about on this show. We will be happy to oblige. If you have a question for one of us, specifically either Jacob or myself, then make sure you dictate the question to either one of us in either the subject line or the body of the email, and I will make sure that the correct person answers it, and you get an answer in a prompt fashion. We could even do it in an accent if you'd like. If you want us to type in an accent, then we can do that as well.
How do you type in an accent? Do you just like put like the parentheses in the beginning and say like Italian accent and then type it out?
No, you essentially type phonetically. Like you do all the like accented like if take our accent for example, right?
Right.
We don't say R's.
So
if you're typing in a Boston accent, you would type as they would speak.
So it'd be like HAHDA, Hada.
Yeah, essentially. It's it was actually an assignment in English class. That's why I actually have fun doing it. It helps with writing. But anyway,
That sounds too difficult. I'm not doing that. I'll just type to you normally.
Alright, so if you don't want to email us and you just want to keep up to date with all the show's happenings, then you're going to want to head over to the social medias, specifically the Twitter. And on Twitter, we are Complete with DLC. That's where Jacob puts up all the information about whether the show is live streaming that particular episode or not, whether a episode for a particular series that we're doing on YouTube is uploaded, or whether a new show is going up to the RSS feeds. Speaking of the RSS feeds, and you want to listen to just more of the show and you don't care about the social medias, then you're going to want to head over to iTunes, Stitcher, Soundcloud, or Google Play, or wherever you find your podcasts. And once you're there, please use whatever review software they give you, whether it be thumbs, stars, arrows, or smiley faces. If you do leave us a review, we will be more than eternally grateful, and we will definitely take whatever feedback you guys give us, because we take all the feedback very seriously, and we try to improve the show.
Are we the aliens from Toy Story?
Yes, that's exactly what we are.
You have saved our lives. We are eternally grateful.
Yes. If I could be any character from Toy Story, it would be the little aliens.
I would be the pig, because he seems cool and he's got all the cash.
You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'd be the dog. The Slinky dog.
Who sounds like Ernest.
Yes, I think he's cool. I like the Slinky dog. Except for the one time he got tangled up, that made me really sad. Anyway, I think that... Oh, YouTube channel. So if you want to check out the YouTube channel... then I'm going to have to explain to you how to get to it because it's kind of a pain right now because we don't have a custom URL. Sorry, YouTube's stupid.
Yeah.
So if you want to find us on YouTube, search Complete with DLC, no spaces in YouTube, and then at the top it's going to say, oh, sorry, we didn't search that, we're searching this instead. Search for Complete with DLC instead, and then we'll be right at the top. You'll see our little blue stupid logo there.
Really?
The little stripe thing.
I've tried to find the show so many times, and it's so hard to find it in a search that I usually just have to go back through, I think I liked one of our videos just so that way I could get to the channel easier from my YouTube channel.
Yeah, once you know how to find it, it's easy, but finding it the first time is kind of a pain. So that's the best way to find it, is just when you search complete with DLC, no spaces, and then click on search instead for this. That way it actually searches for what you typed in.
Also, be on the lookout, because after this podcast is recording, I'm going to upload episode 2 of Just Cause Sky Fortress. So...
A lot of comic book talk in that series, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, we talk about it because you essentially turn into Falcon during that DLC. So,
yes.
Yeah, maybe we'll play the next Just Cause DLC, even though it looks like they're going a little bit too crazy.
Maybe I won't predict this one perfectly.
Hopefully not.
I hope. All right, so I believe that's all the show's information, but Jacob, if they want to talk to you specifically, where can they do that?
If you want to talk to me, just me, and only me, because I'm the only one who matters, just kidding, Brad. You're my rock. You can do that at complete with DLC at what did I just do? Oh my god!
You've ruined everything.
We can do that at It's Jay Griff on any social media. ITSJYGRIFF. You can talk to me on Twitter. That's probably where I'm most active. I'm all screwed up now because of what I said. Complete with DLC at gmail.com. Talk to me about anything that you want there. And I'll be happy to talk to you. Brad, if they want to get in touch with you, where can they do that?
If you would like to talk to me about anything, I don't care. I'll talk about anything. You can do that on Twitter. I am Calgany on Twitter, KALGNE. If you don't want to use the social medias, or you don't trust that I actually know how to operate a social media, then you're going to want to go to Battle.net. I am Brad, hashtag 1261. That's the friend code you need to enter. And yes, you do need to put the little hashtag in there, because there are 1,260 other Brads, and you don't want any of them. Because eventually we're going to have a little gauntlet, because there can only be one.
It's going to be like a Highlander situation. It'll be like exactly. Sean Connery will be there training you at the top of a mountain. There can be only one, Shunny.
I'm calling it right now. The finals are going to be me against Brad Pitt. I don't think I can win that fight, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's too handsome, I think.
I would feel too bad. But if you do send me a friend request on Battle.net, let me know where you heard the friend code, whether it be the podcast, the YouTube videos, or any of the other sources that I give this out on. That way I can sort of keep a mental note, and a physical note, as to where this is coming from, and I can make I can categorize you accordingly.
Right.
But I believe that's it.
That's it. It's a shorter one this week.
Thank God, finally.
Yeah, we finally did it, guys.
Oh, wait, musical recommendation.
Ah, that's right. Go, because I need to think of one.
All right, so I didn't have one last week, so I sort of cheated for this week. And since I couldn't talk about Doom in the normal show, I'll talk about it in the recommendation for the music thing. Go on YouTube and type in Doom Behind the Music. It's from a guy called Mick Gordon, and he goes into all the depth about how the music is created, and it's fascinating stuff. So a lot of really, really cool stuff there, and the soundtrack to Doom is awesome. It makes you feel like you feel like Doom guy is all I need to say about that. And it's 2 parts, so consider part 1 my last week's recommendation, and part 2 is this week's recommendation. That's my cheater. Yeah, I'm cheating this week.
I'm gonna recommend a band that I haven't really thought about for a long time, but then I recently started listening to again. The band is called OK Go. They're sort of one of these kind of indie rock bands, the kind of ones that nerds like in a way. They make some of the best music videos that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like one of their music videos is they have like a car with all these attachments on it, and they just make the song that's their song out of like the car hitting random things. It's very, very cool. So you should go to their YouTube channel and check out their music videos, because their songs are really good and their music videos are really good. And yeah, OK Go. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know about them, but it's nice to let some people who maybe haven't heard of them before hear about them.
That is what a recommendation is for.
Exactly. Have you ever heard of OK Go?
Nope.
Nope, you should check out their YouTube channel. They have cool music videos.
See, now at least one person has learned of this band. There we go.
Look at that.
Mission accomplished.
This has been Complete with DLC. I'm Jacob Griffin.
I'm Brad Knight.
And thank you for listening.